sun starts to set. We're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we have a good one for you between our visitors and our home team. On the Black Knights side of the field, get a look at their head coach. Her side unable to secure that win last week as they dropped their season opener. And imposing them on the home sideline, that is the head coach of the Snowhawks. His guys were winners in week 1. You know they'd love to start the year with back-to-back dubs. So happy you could join us today. I'm Kate Scott with Brock Heward. It is time for some football. And we're off from British Columbia. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Second and 6 coming up here. To the air, Slovis. Completed over the middle. They stop him at the 39. No first yet, but they've got 3rd and very short coming up.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Looking to throw, Slovis. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 6.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down from the 42.
Let's go now.
Sticking to the air here. Downfield, and Tislam has it. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Working inside the red zone. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down. Well, with how well he's slinging at this opening drive, Brock, not sure we expected to see an incompletion, but his perfect start ends at 5 for 5.
Yeah, kind of the feeling out process, right? I think you find this with defensive coordinators a whole bunch, trying to figure out what that script is on the other side. I have a sense there'll be some completions and incompletions along the way.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yards to go.
Set, ready. Hut, hut.
3rd and long for him here. Bails out of the pocket quick. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Black Knights finish up an excellent opening series.
I have a little sense, Kate, that equipment manager is going to find a way to keep that football for this QB. Yeah, he was a dual-threat guy in college, but that's his first in the NFL using his legs.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Black Knights will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Snowhawks, nothing.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. This return starts at the 5. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback, you want the game to slow down. And the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play, and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
The left side is caught by Sinnott. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And they're going to have a first down now.
Let's go.
At the 43-yard line.
Thrown back, gets the handoff. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he's brought down after a gain of about 6 inside the 40.
He's brought down at the
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
18 Cardinals, ready.
Throwing out to the left, cut! And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Get up.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And they catch him just in time to prevent the first, but that got very close, didn't it? It's 4th and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ready.
First carry of the game now for the rookie out of Virginia. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention.
Got it. Ready?
All set now. 1st and 10.
Ready? Let go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
At the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
At
Strike.
the 15-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown! The Snowhawks finish off their opening drive. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
That one splits the uprights. And the Snowhawks respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now, after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
He's running with it.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
Air it out on 3rd. Cut out left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's good.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason. Because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
10 yards.
An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that gives him a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. Welcome back. We're all set to start the 2nd. Offense already out to resume its drive. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 3 now.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
On the give, it's Brooks. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
On the option, they give it to Brooks. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains in next week.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that 1st. It's 4th down now.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down? So in the end, the armchair quarterbacks, Kate, are going to tell you the more aggressive-minded play caller would have been correct. It would have been a better decision to go for it as they come up with nothing from that field goal try.
The Snowhawks and their running back about to get back to work. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season.
Steady! Steady!
First down, play action. Hopkins holding up, they're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
3rd and 8.
Here we go, here we go! Cougar 19!
3rd and long, they're going to throw. All the left side. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And that's going to bring up first down.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Man, those running lanes are closing up fast, aren't they? He's held to just a yard.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Scott reels it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got first down here from the 36.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready!
Plowing up the middle. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Taken in by Felton, left side. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
3 brings up 3rd and 2.
Go! Ready!
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. He gets the first and more inside the 15. He does it. Touchdown! The Snowhawks take a second quarter lead.
You know what a run like that does for everybody, for the play caller, for the O-lineman, for the offense? It just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little chunk, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
Podolesny now to add the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Snowhawks break that tie and now lead by 7.
14. Black Knights 7.
Now Podolesny on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here comes their offense out again. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. Offense to the line. Here we go. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Rolling from the gun here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line. Third down. They kick the running back in motion. Third down from the gun. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 4th and long.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Is it at the 45? Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. The Snowhawks back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. So it's going to be a 2nd and about 4 on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More from Vancouver in just a moment. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Ready, right?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete. Here's Scott. And no yak this time. They got on him quickly, down at the 32-yard line. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 32 after the incompletion.
Let's go now. Panther 6.
They are throwing it again. Looking slant route, complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Ready.
They'll try and punch it in. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Ready up. Ready. Hot 70. Hot 70. Check up.
Now looking to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
A 5-yard pickup.
The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Jack Pontelesny on for the field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Pontelesny able to knock it through. And that'll push it to double digits and a 2-possession game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Returning it from the 4. Now this offense ready to head back out. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. To the air, Slovis. That one's complete, right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 34-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Might shift to the run here, 3rd and inches. Slovis now. He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. First down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing it again here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. He's going to throw it again. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Still sticking with the passing game. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too.
First down. First and 10.
They go play action on first down. He's got a man left. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. He'll get 16 yards on that play. And that means first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Black Knights.
Here's Slovis. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Out of the backfield, he was looking for Jonathan Brooks. So that brings up second down.
To second and 10.
Sticking to the air here. Sends this to the end zone. And this is going to be hauled in for the touchdown. The Black Knights make it a one-score game before halftime. Wow, just perfect execution there, Brock. Nailing the fade for 6.
Yeah, when it comes to the fade route, it really is all about timing, and as you said, the execution of it. You have to have the matchup first, but then you need to go connect. What a great play.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Black Knights cut it to a field goal game.
17. Black Knights, 14.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime. Holding just a field goal lead. Probably going to see them play it close to the vest in the time we've got remaining. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. And they're going to throw out of the gun. Connects on the crosser. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Okay, break.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
Come on, come on. Hey, hey.
Throwing from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
First down. First and 10 at the 28.
Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on first down. He cashed his first attempt, his second now from 45. Podlesny able to knock it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out.
37-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half. back to throw it. A massive shot towards the end zone. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the break.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt.
Thanks so much, Scott. While we checked in with Scott in Orlando, our two teams here no doubt made some adjustments. It's a close game here as we get ready for our third quarter. Fields this one at the 3. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They get 23 on that one, and that is good for a first down. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Cowboy 80.
Throwing off the play fake. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Ooh, he misfired on that one. It's behind his man. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing third and long.
Brings up third down.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Here we go. Shot. Cougar 19. Ready.
Third and long for him here. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
It'll be the first and more. Has room down the left sideline. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Black Knights can add to their side of the scoreboard. They have him back there, Brock, because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And in my opinion, partner, there aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
I'm with you because it is so hard. I mean, it takes instincts, it takes intangibles, it takes greatness. I think of Dante Hall and Devin Hester and those guys that made it look easy at times, and it is not easy, especially to house one.
That one right down the middle, and they'll take the lead. So after giving up the punt return score, Brock, let's see if they can answer on a different type of return. He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now outruns their offense to take over. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And this one does not go far. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Bronco 80.
They'll throw it. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down. The Snowhawks getting ready to send this one flying. Picked up at the 38. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll go play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
That's what I call...
Challenge flag is out now. The Black Knights don't think they got that right the first time.
Previous play is under review.
We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The gun, they'll give it to him inside. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
On 2nd down, it's Brooks. Breaks the tackle, he's got space ahead. And he takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Throw here, 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge? There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense headed back to the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
It's a gain
2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Come on, ready?
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Has a man. It's Scott. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
It's a gain of 14
They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that gives them the first.
Vancouver, 1st down.
Ready,
1st and 10 at the 49.
Give now to the running back. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a new set of downs.
Ready?
From the red zone now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Oh, try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Black Knights are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
On first down, here comes Brooks. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Black Knights parlay the interception into points. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Black Knights drive their lead to 11.
31, Snowhawks 20.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Return starts at the 3. That's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Snowhawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Go! 70 Lions!
They'll run now on 2nd down. And only can get his yard here, Brock. It's going to be 3rd down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Let's go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And this is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hey, steady.
Here's the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Stephanie! 60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Get it!
He'll look to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they bring him down after what he thought was a great game, but officials are saying he had some extra help. We got a flag down. I think this might be a hold, partner. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Here we go, here we go. Viking 18. Ready.
Looking in the air here. Caught by his back. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
It's a gain of 4 there. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
Vancouver.
Come on, come on, go!
They'll throw it here on first. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up. All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on first down. They are throwing it again. Short pass brought in. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Go!
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
That outruns their offense. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. That's 16 on the pickup. And they're going to have a first down now.
First down. First down, 10.
Brooks on the give, headed right. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second down, another run by Brooks. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Here's Brooks. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Black Knights have likely locked up the win right there.
What a great moment to celebrate and possibly educate this rookie as well, Kate. That's just tremendous effort. He shows off the speed that he has. But they'll go look at those tablets. They'll figure out if there was somewhere to throw it. But he showed you right there when there's not, well, this kid can run.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Black Knights push their lead to 18.
Snowhawks 20.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this offense. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
They'll throw on second and 10. That's complete. Here's Scott. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. And there's the hurry up here.
Vancouver, first down. First and 10 at the
Throwing from the gun here. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. Two great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for third down. To the air on third and long. That's the first down, and he's still going. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
That's good. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Sticking to the air here. Throwing the out route complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They go play action on first down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Black Knights are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. So you know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through three quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
We go now. Time to start this drive. First and 10. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. Still have two to work with in this final quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go, set. Ready?
Here's the backup. First throw. Connects on the crosser. And it's an excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
And the Columbus first down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
Hands off here for Brooks. And he drives that plug backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Set. Cut, cut.
Brooks on the counter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The defense takes its third and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock.
First and 10 at the 47.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. 10 black. Set.
Dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
He's across midfield.
Positive that effort, you didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
It is caught left side. And it looks like the offense recovered. They did. Close stuff there. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumbled forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives them a first down.
First down.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Cut, cut.
Here's a design run.
Ready,
Lining up to take a knee on second down.
Yellow, 22. Ready? Go.
They draw it up forward.
Here we go.
Setting up for the kneel down on third.
Yellow. Set cut.
They draw it up forward. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our